Hey guys, it's Ty and welcome back to my channel. We are starting another reading vlog. So if you guys have been paying attention to my community tab, I recently put up a post where I was asking you guys what type of vlog you would like to see next. The options were a holiday romance vlog, a wintry mystery thriller vlog, or it didn't matter. The winter mystery thriller vlog won, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I have 3 books that I'm going to be reading, so the books kind of changed. I had one book for sure that I knew that I was going to be reading for this vlog, and that is Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. This came out earlier this year. But the other 2 books that I was planning on reading was The Unwanted Guest and then The Uninvited Guest. But I changed my mind because I wanted to do all new releases for this particular vlog. So besides Dead of Winter, I'm going to be reading The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson and then Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger. I recently picked these up on Black Friday. These just spoke to me, so I wanted to go ahead and read them, and they just fit the theme of this wintry mystery thriller vlog. So I'm probably going to be starting with The Christmas Guest. It is a novella. It's really short. It's less than 100 pages. I think it's even less than 90 pages. But just a quick blurb. This says this is a spectacularly spine-chilling story of an American student spending the holidays in a British manor house where she discovers dangerous secrets and a grim history hidden behind a seemingly charming Christmas celebration. So yes, hopefully this will be something that I can get done in a day. I've actually heard really good things about this and people are enjoying this little novella. So hopefully I will be able to do the same. But yeah, we'll be starting with this one. I don't think that I'm going to be reading anything tonight, but what I am going to do tonight is I am going to be putting up my Christmas tree. So last night, I actually already got the tree built. I fluffed it out and all of that. But today I'm going to be actually decorating the tree, putting the lights on, putting the little ball on and all that. So that is my plan tonight. This will probably get started tomorrow and hopefully I can finish it tomorrow. I don't think that I'm going to be popping in and doing a midway check-in just because this is so short. So the next time that you see me, I will be putting up my Christmas tree and then probably just giving you guys my final thoughts on this one. Good morning. I am filming this clip right before I start work, and I start work at 6 a.m. So this is super early for me. I have not even had my coffee this morning, but I thought this would be a good time for me to talk about my reading updates. So I have finished The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. I don't think I mentioned this before, but I was nervous to start this because I've only had one experience with Peter Swanson so far, and that was with 9 Lives. I think I read it last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read it last year, and I did not like that book at all. It just did not, I was not vibing with it. It was in my, it was number 1 for my worst books of the year I read it, which I'm pretty sure was last year, but I did not like it. And needless to say, I was hesitant to pick up another Peter Swanson book, but here we are. So ultimately, I'm settling on 3 stars for this one. So in this book, we are following this person who finds this, who is reading this journal that has entries from 1989. So for the first half of this book, we are reading those journal entries, and they come from this girl, Ashley. She is an American, but she's doing her studies over in London, and she gets invited by a schoolmate, Emma, to go to Emma's house for the Christmas holidays. So while she's there, she learns one night while they're all at a pub that Emma's twin brother Adam is suspected of killing another local girl. And so just throughout this book, at least the first half, we are watching Ashley learn about Adam, and she's starting to question whether or not he actually did this. And so the second half of the book is just really learning about the events of that murdered girl. So I did like this. I really liked the Christmas cold wintry vibes. I thought this was quick paced. I wasn't necessarily like surprised or shocked by any of like the secrets or the reveals, but what really intrigued me about this was the why behind everything, why everything was going on or why everything happened. I really enjoyed that, but I just don't think this is going to be a book that I'm going to remember within like the next couple of days, weeks. It's just not going to be a really memorable story, but it was a good time while I was reading it. I did finish this in not one sitting, but I finished it in one day. So yeah, I mean, I would recommend this if you are a mystery thriller person and you just want something that's quick, to the point. This one is going to give you what you need. So I was trying to decide which book I was going to start next, and I settled on Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. And I'm just going to give you a little blurb from the back, but it says, 8 strangers, 1 killer, nowhere left to run. And I have not read anything by Darcy Coates. I know that a lot of people seem to like her writing, like her books. With this book in particular, when it came out and when I was seeing reviews, people were giving it pretty positive reviews. So I'm really excited to get into this, and I hope this one also follows in the same vein as the other book, and it'll give me these cold, wintry vibes, because that is what I am in the mood for. So I will give you guys an update once I have started this and can give you a better plot synopsis. So I will see you guys soon. Hey guys, so it's been a couple of days since I started Dead of Winter, and I'm only on chapter 19, but I'm 86 pages into it, so I feel like I could talk about it a little bit more. So in this one, it's following this main character. Her name is Krista, and she and her boyfriend Kiernan, I believe that's how we're going to pronounce his name, Kiernan, decide that they're going to take a vacation. They're going to go to this lodge. I think they're supposed to be there for like 2 weeks. But on the way to the lodge, their bus gets stopped by a tree that's down in the road. And so while the tour guide is trying to cut this tree down, or not cut it down, but get it out from in the middle of the road, Kiernan and Krista decide that they're going to take like this walk in the mountains in the snow, and they get separated from each other. And then we like fast forward a few hours, and Krista has been found and she's back with the group, but Kiernan is nowhere to be found. And so when Krista wakes up, she learns that the group never made it to the lodge. They only made it to this cottage. And so everybody's cooped up in this cottage. She's trying to go find Kiernan. Nobody really wants to go with her. After about a day, I think, their tour guide, Brian, goes missing. And so then the group has to go out and try to figure out what happened to their tour guide. And lo and behold, this man has been killed. They find his head on a spike in a tree. And now this group is trying to survive in this cottage and figure out what they're going to do next. And they're all kind of giving each other the side eye, because who killed Brian and where the heck is Kiernan? So that's where I'm at. I'm actually really enjoying this. It's fast paced. There are short chapters, and it's also giving me those wintry vibes because they're stuck in this cottage in the middle of a blizzard. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this one so far. If it continues to go well, I will pick up more from Miss Darcy Coates. But I decided to add another book to this whole vlog that I'm trying to do, and that is Christmas and Other Horrors. I believe I saw Kayla from Books and Lala haul this book, and so when I seen it, I was like, I have to get it. So I went to Barnes and Noble's yesterday, which was Saturday, and I told myself if I just happen to see it, I will grab it. And lo and behold, it was right there with a nice big light shining on it saying buy me. So I bought it and here we are. So this is basically just horror stories that revolve around Christmas or during the Christmas holidays. There are quite a few stories in here. I have gotten through 3 of them. So the first one that I read is the first one that I read is The Importance of a Tidy Home. And so in that one, it's a story about keeping your house clean, and these creatures come and bad things happen if your house is not clean. Then the next one that I read is The One He Takes, and it's about this little boy that went missing the Christmas prior, and then his parents find him. And then this last one that I read was His Castle, and that one was about these group of people that go around and they're supposed to be carolers. The people that go out and sing Christmas carols, but they go to this one house and reveal who they truly are, but they are in for a surprise at this particular house. So far, these have been okay. And this is a anthology, so each of these stories are written by different people. And my only thing with like anthologies or short stories is I just find myself wanting more. Like each of the stories that I have read so far, they were very intriguing and interesting, but I just feel like, I don't know, like I just wanted more. Like I could have had a longer story, but I am enjoying it. So I'm probably just going to give you guys updates in between the other 2 books that I plan to read. So Dead of Winter, and then the next one is going to be Christmas Presents. So in between both of those, I will just be giving you guys updates on the stories that I finished. Unfortunately, I can't go into a lot of detail about these stories because some of them are super short. So, but I will try to give you a little snippet of what each of these stories are about. But yeah, also, like I said, I am enjoying this one. So probably by the next time I give you guys an update, I hope to just be done with this unless something dramatic happens and I need to talk about it. But other than that, my next update should be when I have completed Dead of Winter. Hey, so it has actually been a while since I filmed my last clip. I want to say almost like a week at this point. And let me just say, life has literally been kicking my ass these last couple of days. Like stuff just keeps happening and I'm not reading as much. Well, I'm reading, but not like big chunks at a time. So let me start off with, as you guys can see, I'm wearing glasses. I will not be wearing these all of the time. And I have worn some other glasses in the past in like vlogs, but these are actually prescription. And I just never thought that I would have to wear glasses. And how I found out I actually needed glasses, funny story. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably already seen me talk about this on my stories. But for those of you who have not heard the story, so I still have not gotten my North Carolina driver's license. So I went down to the DMV to go get my driver's license. And when it came to the vision test, I failed. I failed so bad. I could not read not one line, not even the first line where like the letters are supposed to be the biggest. I could not see anything. Everything was blurry. And that was a shock to me because I did not realize that I could not see. So I had to go get an eye exam and have this paper filled out. And when I went to go get the eye exam, they're like, yeah, you definitely need some glasses. So here we are. Yeah, I just never thought that I would need these. But I will say, when I finally went to go pick them up and I put them on for the first time, it was like a brand new world. Like I could finally see stuff that I did not realize I could not see. Like even when I look at my bookshelf without my glasses, like some of those titles at the top, they were kind of blurry, but I just thought, well, maybe because they're a little further away and they're like up high. No, I can see them clearly. That's how bad my eyesight was. So everybody out there, just please go get your eyes checked so you're not like me and you don't get embarrassed at the DMV. So besides me needing glasses this week, work has also just been like a little stressful. And then I never talked about this. I think I might have like mentioned it in passing, maybe in a video or two, but At the end of October, my grandmother passed away, and it was really, really, really unexpected for the family. And during that time, it was just like doing a lot to like prepare for her funeral and whatnot. And I just don't think I really had the time to like grieve, because when I went back home for the funeral and be with my family and stuff, as soon as I came back, it was like right back to work, right back to filming. And I never just had a time to just like process what happened. And so these last couple of days, it's just been really rough. There's never been a day that I have not thought about her, but yesterday especially, so today is Saturday, so yesterday, Friday, I even had to like take a day off of work because I just could not stop crying. So I think all of that is like finally catching up with me. So reading has been like the last thing on my mind, but I'm trying to get back into like the flow of things. And then not only that, but I'm also trying to like prep for the end of the year videos. And it's not going well. So my plan was to go to Barnes and Nobles today, get me a little table, take my planners down there and start planning everything out. No, it was so many people there. There was not a free table in sight. And honestly, it irritated my soul, because I just had that plan today that's what I was going to do. I was going to plan all this stuff out. I was going to film it. And then that just did not happen because I didn't want to wait around for an open table. So now I'm here. So I literally just came back from Barnes and Noble. So I'm just going to be planning out stuff like my end of the year videos as soon as I get done filming this clip. But I'm just struggling too with like trying to figure out what's my best and my worst. The list that I'm struggling with the most is trying to figure out what are the best books that I've read this year. Like, I've read some good books, even some books that I've rated 5 stars, but there are only 2 books that I have so far for sure in my best books of 2023. And it's kind of sad. I just feel like I've had a really, really like mediocre reading year. And part of that, I just wonder if I'm just not enjoying a lot of the things that I'm reading now because of like where my headspace is with everything that I'm kind of like dealing with in my personal life. So I don't know. This year has just, it has been a year. But I do have some reading updates for you. So I'm still reading Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. I'm almost done. I have less than 100 pages. My goal is to knock this out today. So I'm really gonna try my hardest to finish the rest of this book today. I am enjoying it. It's just, I'm enjoying it, but it's not one of those books that when I put it down, I'm like rushing to pick it back up. But when I'm in it, I'm in it. But so far, this is just like a typical, people are trapped in a cabin and they're literally getting picked off one by one. So that's all that I have, but I could talk about it better when I am done, which hopefully, like I said, that will be tonight. So then I am still reading this anthology, Christmas and Other Horrors. And let me tell you, this is not giving what I thought it was gonna give. I have been slightly confused by a few of these stories, even though it gives you like explanations at the end of each story or where the author got their inspiration for the story. I'm still kind of left like, what? When I read a lot of these, and I don't like being confused like that, especially when something is so short. It's just like, what was the point of that story? So I think I've told you guys what a couple of them are. So let's get caught up on that. So I've told you what 3 of these were about. So the next one that I've read, it's called The Mocking Field. And it's about a man that stumbles upon this refrigerator that's just out in the middle of a field. And they start talking about trying to build a scarecrow because they believe a scarecrow stole or like kidnapped the owner of that refrigerator's father like a previous year. That probably made no sense, but that's what I got from that. So that's what that one's about. Then we have The Blessing of the Waters. And this one was about this escaped convict that goes back to his family member's house, and he's trying to tell them that they need to continue this tradition of blessing this river. And then things happen. Dry and Ready. I don't remember what that one's about. Oh, this is the one that I skimmed because I had no idea what it was talking about. And it was actually one of the longer stories. So this one is about like this family. It's a mother, her daughter, and then their grandmother that goes to the mother's father's like park that he built before he died. And they're like statues of animals that they have to feed. And by feeding these statues, they actually leave little notes or blessings inside of the statues' mouths. Yeah, that's what that one is about. Last drinks at Bondi Beach. Again, let me refresh my memory. Okay, I do remember what this one is. So this one is about this girl, and her mother is a vampire, and she only, I think, drinks the blood of other vampires, but then her daughter kind of switches that up on her. These sound crazy, like when I'm reading them out loud. Oh, and then so Return to Bear Creek Lodge. So that one was about this mother and son who go to this lodge during Christmas to visit the mother's mother, so the grandmother. And there is like this demon supposedly that's around. The Ghost of Christmases Past. It's another one. You can see these aren't really leaving a lasting impression because I can't even remember what they're supposed to be about. Oh, I did like this one. So this one was about this girl who years ago, she was bitten by this like witch, or she calls them like eaters. And so we find out that something happened to her brother. And so she has, every Christmas she has been, or not necessarily Christmas, but like during the holidays, she locks herself and her husband in her house to prevent the eaters from trying to come back and get her. And then I read Our Recent Unpleasantness. This is going to sound real crazy when I talk about it. So this man, who I believe is like a peeping Tom, is walking his dog in the neighborhood, and he stops at this house of this woman, and he literally sees her remove her head from her body, and then stuff happens. And then I read All the Pretty People. Refresh my memory. Okay. I don't know why I can't remember this one because I just read it today and it's one of the ones that I like. But this group of friends during the holidays, they have this get together that they call the festival, not festival, but the festival. And they all get together, and before this happened, one of their friends just stopped talking to them, just basically ghosted the entire friend group. But then all of a sudden they show up at this party and we learn why. And then the last one that I have read so far, I don't even know how to pronounce the title of this. I'm not even going to pretend that I know how to say this. But it's a story. And it is about this girl who brings her boyfriend to meet her father, and then the father basically is testing the boyfriend by using like a sauna and making it like super hot to try to figure out what his intentions are with his daughter. This has just been fine. Some of these that I have liked are just like really out there, but they are the ones that I actually understand what the heck the purpose of the story is for. And all of these do take place around like Christmas time, but they take place in like different areas of the world, and a lot of them are based off of like folk tales. That's why probably I can't really relate to them or understand what they're talking about, but I do think that people will enjoy this. This just isn't what I thought it was going to be, but I'm happy that there have been some in here that I have enjoyed. So I am going to continue to read these. I'm a little over halfway done with this, so as I read more, I will update you guys more on this. So I do have a package from Amazon that I don't know what it is. I haven't ordered anything recently, so I thought that we would go ahead and take a look at this together. And it's already halfway open. Gotta love that. And it did not even come to my house. The people at the office told me that they sometimes just get random packages left. And mine was just one of those that someone had found and turned into the office. Yay me. So let's see what this is. It's books. From a subscriber. It says, I hope you enjoyed reading these as much as I did, from Chris. Aww. Oh my gosh. So these are the first 2 books in the Dune series. Okay, so have I read Dune? No. Do I have like some paperbacks? I have like the black version of the paperbacks. Yes, Dune was something that I never thought that I would want to read, that I would be interested in. Even when the movie came out, I was like, I'm not watching that. And then I watched it. I fell in love with it. I've seen it several times. And so now I cannot wait to read this. Now even more so because I have these books. Oh my Jesus. So these are like the special edition books. So here is the cover and then the nice blue sprayed edges. And then on the inside, oh, that is gorgeous. Oh wait, there's something on the dust jacket. Oh my gosh. That is just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I put these on my wish list, not really thinking anyone would get these, but I'm so happy I have them. And then this is the dust jacket. This is just so stunning. Thank you so much, Chris. And then this is the second book. So this is Dune Messiah. And again, we have the blue sprayed edges. I can't believe how much shorter this book is from the first one. Woo! Here goes the inside cover. I don't know what this means, but it's so pretty. Here's the back of it. Oh my gosh, these are just, the blue is what's doing it for me. And then here is the dust jacket for this, ooh, for this one. Oh, this is so nice. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Chris, for this gift. I am going to cherish this, and you have made me put this like literally at the top of my TBR. But let me show you guys something else, because I did get another gift in the mail. Hold on. So one of my good friends, Alicia, she sent me Lore Olympus in the mail, and I have seen a few people talk about this, and I again just put it on my wish list, not really expecting or thinking anyone would buy it for me. But what sold me on this, when I did look at it when I was at Barnes & Noble's one day, was the first sentence of the blurb. It said, scandalous gossip, wild parties, and forbidden love. That's all I needed to know. And then the images in here are stunning. That's probably not doing it any justice. But like, if you guys have read this, do you know how pretty the images are in here? And I'm not a graphic novel reader. I've read some, but it's not something that I pick up all the time. So I really have to be like interested in it for me to want to pick it up. So I'm so happy that Alicia got this for me. So thank you so much, Alicia. And I will have her channel linked down below. It is Birdie in the Books, I think. I'm pretty sure. But I'll have her channel linked down below. You guys should check her out. But that's all I got for you guys right now. So the next time that I see you, I for sure will be done with Dead of Winter, which hopefully will be tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later. So I feel like you guys should be so proud of me, because last night I actually had a really productive night. So I did go ahead and update my planner with my filming schedule. So I have all the slots filled in of when I plan to post my end of the year videos. So now the big thing is just filming everything. So today I was gonna film my books that I DNF'd in 2023 and then my most surprising books of 2023. But y'all, I just did not feel like it. It was such a gloomy, rainy day. It's been like that all day. I've been in my pajamas all day. All I did was just kind of lay around. I cleaned. I'm currently doing laundry. But I do plan on filming those 2 videos tomorrow, which will be Monday. And then the only 2 videos I will have to do is my best and worst of 2023. And I'm trying to hold out for as long as I can because I still am reading books and some of them are newer books. And I'm just afraid that if I film them, I'm possibly gonna have more books to add to either of those lists. So I'm just trying to hold out as long as I can before I film those 2 videos. But I also finished Dead of Winter last night, and I feel like I need to clear something up because in my last clip, I said that, you know, when I was in this, I was in it, but when I put the book down, I don't want to pick it back up. That's not to say that I wasn't enjoying myself. It's just one of those books that I'm not necessarily gravitating towards when I'm not reading it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I did have a really good time with this. At the time that I'm filming this, I am giving this 4 stars. I haven't written my Goodreads review yet. The rating could change. I doubt that it will, but as I'm filming right now, this is going to get 4 stars from me because I ultimately had a good time. So this one started off with a bang. It ended with a bang. It's very fast paced and it is just your typical people getting picked off one by one. But I love the setting that it is at a cottage during a blizzard. So it definitely gave me those cold wintry vibes, which is exactly what I'm looking for at this time of year. And I'm so proud of myself because when this book first started, within like the first few pages, maybe a chapter or 2 in, I already called who did it. I already called it. I didn't really know the why behind everything, but I called it. I thought it was a far off guess, but I was so happy that I was right. Even though I guessed who was doing all of this stuff, it didn't take away from my enjoyment because one thing that I did like about this is that there was a lot of characters and the author, Darcy Coates, really made me second guess my prediction throughout this whole book because I was questioning everybody in this book. None of these characters are necessarily likable. Some of them are flat out annoying, but they all kind of gave you a reason on why they could be the one taking everyone out. So I liked that I had high suspicions for everybody, but I am happy that I guessed it. And I just really enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm giving it 4 stars. If you are a Darcy Coates fan and have not picked this up, I would highly recommend it. If you have not read Darcy Coates, I would highly recommend it. If you like the trope of people getting picked off one by one, I would highly recommend. So I definitely plan on picking up more from Darcy Coates. I'm pretty sure she's the one that wrote something about, yes, The Haunting of Ashburn House. I've heard a lot of people talk about this one and say good things, so I'll probably pick that one up next. And someone just recently told me that I should check out Gallows Hill, so I also have my eye out for that one. But yes, I had a fun time with this one. So next up we have Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger. I'm just gonna give you guys a little quick blurb on here. It says, a true crime podcaster unwraps a bookseller's dark past in this chilling holiday mystery. I honestly have just been hearing some like mixed things about this. I have not read anything by Lisa Unger. I have heard of her books. I just have never picked anything up. So I'm not going into this one with really high expectations. It's really short. It's only like 250 pages, but hopefully the least I can get is those cold wintry vibes, and it'll be a bonus if I actually really enjoy this book. I still am reading the anthology, Christmas and Other Horrors. I just have not read anything from it today, so I don't have any updates. I'll probably not even read anything from that until tomorrow. I have just been reading other books today, so I'm still trying to work on my TBR for the end of the year with my fantasy reads. So I've started Rage of Dragons, and then I am also trying to get in a couple of holiday romances because I love reading holiday romances. That's a new thing for me, but I enjoy it. And so I started reading this one that's called You Make It Feel Like Christmas, and I flew through like 100 pages of that book. I had to make myself put it down because it was just, it was so entertaining. So I am reading other things outside of these books, but I definitely plan on picking up Christmas presents tonight. So the next time I see you, I will be giving you guys at least like a midway point update. Good morning. So it is a little after 8 a.m. and technically I should be working, but I needed a break, so I decided I'm gonna film. So that's what we're gonna do. I do have some reading updates for you. So I have been reading Christmas Presents by Unger. I am currently on page 95, chapter 10. So far we're just following this woman by the name of Madeline. She is currently a bookshop owner, and a long time ago, I think back when she was in high school, she was the only survivor of this serial killer by the name of Evan Handy, and he is currently serving time in prison. Back in the day, there was one girl that was supposedly murdered by him, and 2 other girls went missing, and then this main character, Madeline, was also hurt by him as well. So one day while she's working, this famous, popular true crime podcaster comes in. I believe his name is like Hartley, and he tells her that he wants to talk to her about Evan Handy and he wants to get some more information about the case. While that's going on, we're also getting like these flashback scenes between Madeline and Evan Handy and how she met him and their interactions. And then we're getting this little side plot where this woman, she gets off of her shift from being a dancer and she meets this mysterious man. Also in the main timeline between Madeline and this podcaster, we also know that some other girls have started to go missing. So a lot is going on. Originally, just kind of like with when I was reading Dead of Winter, I was having these moments where I would put this down and not really reach for it. Honestly, it has taken me a couple of days to even get to 95 pages, and it really should not be taking me this long to read this. But it was kind of just slow moving in the beginning, but now that things are starting to happen, we have this other timeline and we're starting to get more and more information about Evan Handy. I am starting to become more interested in this story, and I hope that it continues that way. So I do have some more updates on this clunker here, Christmas and Other Horrors. I honestly did not think that this was going to be so tedious to read, but it is very tedious to read, and I'm just not enjoying a lot of these stories. So I've only read 2 more since the last time that I've talked about this. The next one is going to be Cold. It is about this woman who was living through an apocalypse, and she invites a creature into her home. And then the last one that I read is Grave of Small Birds. So this one, it takes place like on an island, and this woman is a chef, and she is learning about the traditions on this island from the people. And there's one tradition that she wants to be a part of, and that is when they choose like this beauty, the most beautiful woman on the island at the time of the tradition. So that's what that one is about. Neither one of those I really cared for. The second one that I just talked about, the one with the traditions on the island, the Grave of Birds, that story just felt so long. I never thought it was going to end. And a lot of these, I'm just not really understanding the purpose behind them. This is just not turning out to be my thing. There are some in here that I do like, but I wish that I liked more of them. So those are all the updates that I have. Probably the next time that you guys see me, I will be done with both of these. So I will see you guys later. Hey guys, so I finally finished my other 2 books, the last 2 books that I needed to finish. But at this very moment, I like woke up from a nap like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. And I feel like when you take a nap, there are only 2 ways you can wake up. 1, you can wake up super refreshed and ready to go about your day. Or 2, you can wake up how I'm feeling right now, where I wish that I would have slept longer because now I feel more exhausted than I did before I took my nap. So I'm currently making me a iced coffee because I still have stuff to do. So that is where we are at right now. So the first book that I am going to talk about is Christmas and Other Horrors. So I finally finished this, like I said, and I have 4 stories I think that I need to tell you guys about. Yeah, so the next one that I finished was The Visitation, and that one was about this homeless guy that turned up at this couple's house, and the husband is unable to turn the homeless man away due to his religion, the husband's religion. And the guy shows up, he tells them that he is 107 years old and he is able to get rid of his death through he's able to exhale his death by coughing and whatnot. So then the couple has to figure out what they're gonna do with this old man. Then I read this story that's called The Lord of Misrule. So again, we have another couple, and the husband finds out that he has this 5-year-old son that he knew nothing about. So during the holidays, he invites his girlfriend over to spend time with the family and to meet his son. And then there's some strange things around this son. He wears this crown. He wants everyone to call him sir, and he basically has control over this group of people. So that's a thing. Then the second to last story is called No Light, No Light, which I did not really read. I just kind of skimmed it, and I still don't even know what that one's about. Besides, it has something to do with gods. But when I was trying to read it, it was so boring, and it just felt like it was just a whole bunch of words put together, but it wasn't really saying anything. I hate to say that, but that's what that felt like, and that's all I got from that. The last story afterwards, that one is about this couple again. They are in bed being intimate, and right in the middle of them being intimate, the husband decides that he's going to tell his wife about this girl that he used to be with back in high school. And that is a whole thing. I don't even want to say too much more about that one just because I don't want to spoil it, but I actually really enjoyed that one. And I did enjoy The Visitation, the first one that I just told you guys about. So overall, I'm just gonna give this one 3 stars. I did like more stories in here than I thought I did. So there are a total of 18. I enjoyed literally half of them. So I enjoyed 9 of the 18 stories in here. The ones that I ended up enjoying, one of the big reasons is because I understood what the story was talking about. And then those stories felt more festive. It felt like they were happening around whichever holiday the story was about. It felt wintry. It felt like the holidays. Some of the other ones, I would not have known that it was supposed to take place around, Christmas time or whichever holiday they were talking about, unless they said it. My biggest problem with this collection of stories is that none of them felt like horror. And that is the biggest thing that I wanted this to be. I wanted this to be horror stories. I think what this was trying to do was it was trying to take different themes and different topics, and those were supposed to feel more horrifying instead of something just literally being horror. And I just wanted it to be horror. I would still recommend this because I think some people would take a lot more away from it than I did. I just went into this one with different expectations and different things that I wanted, but overall, this was just fine. Then finally finished up Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger. And you know what? I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It's not an all-time favorite, but I liked where it ended up. At a certain point in here, I did have 2 people that I thought was, helping out the serial killer, Evan Handy, because that was a thing. People always thought while they were looking into the serial killer that he had help, because I'm not sure if I said this in the first time I talked about it. This serial killer, Evan Handy, he killed a girl at a party, and then 2 other girls went missing, and then he hurt the main character, Madeline. Well, because of those 2 girls that went missing, people always assumed that he had some sort of help. It wasn't just him. He didn't have time to do all this. So you're trying to figure out through like the podcaster and the main character, like who did this, like who was the other person that helped with these crimes. And so I had two guesses, one of them was correct, but I just enjoyed my time getting there. And then the end of this ended with like a podcast episode where it wrapped everything up and it tells you like what actually happened to everyone involved. And I think this would be something that would be really good to listen to on audio, just because of the podcast element at the end, because I'm pretty sure they made it sound like a podcast. So when I got to that part, I really wish that I would have listened to this on audio, but it's fine. I still ultimately enjoyed it overall. And it also just gave me the cold holiday feels. It did talk about Christmas presents. There is a Santa involved. And so, yeah, I mean, I just had a fun time reading this one. And like I said, I'm just gonna give it 3 stars. And I'm happy that I enjoyed this because this was my first Lisa Unger. And I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about, you know, her writing, her books, whatever, only because one of her new books for next year, I think it's called like The Couple in 5B. That's on my most anticipated reads list. So I'm happy this one at least was enjoyable for me. So that's it, guys. That's all I have. Those are all the books that I have decided to read for this vlog, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.